And we are online, and I can't find my face. Uh, Let me grab my face. Curses, this is exactly what I get for dragging it off screen every single time. I'll delete that. And add it back one more time. There we go. Salutations, class, and welcome back. Today begins episode 2 of Control. I'm definitely having a lot of fun with the supernatural aspect of the game, so I'm going to budge just over here real quick, and we should be ready to begin. Now let's see, where we last left off, we were in the middle of repairing the power plant. We got all the batteries in, and now we'll have to deal with the water pumps. Speaking of pumping water, welcome, Siphon. Maybe that's not the best segue into a greeting. Glad to see you arrive here. Everything seems to be functional. Alright, so wonder how things are going to play out differently this time with the water pump going on. Such a beautiful game, and it needs such huge loading screens. Maybe I should have gotten that ready before the stream. It's fine. Well, I try to come up with as much wordplay as I can. I'm very fond of bad puns as much as possible. One of my favorite parts of doing the streaming thing is actually trying to come up with some sort of reference or wordplay to be had in the video titles. Thumbnail editing and making the video titles, while difficult, is a lot more fun whenever I get something right. Just woke up. It's definitely one of those days. I get a lot sleepier in the winter as well. Now we are needing to look for those coolant pumps. James, welcome. Hopefully that stream delay is a lot lower now, so I will be able to greet everyone as they arrive. Yeah, let's be a little reckless with the equipment there, thank you.
Look alive. Director on deck.
And presumably we have to enter into this little green place here. Or that will be where we get a few other upgrades. Looks like we'll have to go around in order to get up to that place that's highlighted. Is that the official channel emote at this point? It actually, on my OBS, it doesn't render the emote itself. It only renders the name of the emote, so I've only remembered seeing it a couple times in which I've checked the YouTube chat after a stream. It's a little cat hiding in a box, isn't it? We might have to go through the right side over there that we were at before, and it might have a route for us to get back around to the water pumps. A little difficult navigating this route. Well, I would say that a cat in a box is appropriate. Me hiding in my lab all the time, and having a number of cat-like mannerisms.
That sound.
Yes, we have already been through here, and maybe we'll have to take this route to get back up. Could have made the map a little bit more readable, couldn't they? Tried playing this and were so confused that you couldn't get through the first part. Well, hopefully, me and my brainiac-ness should be able to figure things out. hit him already. Oh, hello there. Come on, I saw a third guy here. Oh, he's gone. Now, I haven't played the other games by this developer, but I have seen enough gameplay footage of them, Alan Wake and Quantum Break. Both sort of have the same sort of puzzly third-person shooter aspect to them. I'm fond of puzzle hybrid games, maybe not necessarily games that are just puzzles on their own, but puzzle platformers, puzzle shooters. Do we have any puzzle fighters? Leviathan, welcome. So glad to see you arrive. We are currently running through the same place we were at earlier. That is really loud. Maybe I can turn that down. Hold on. That is awfully loud in my ears. Let's see if that makes a difference. It's definitely easier for me to hear. I have finally figured out the labyrinthian audio controls in my microphones, so I am now able to make it to where I can balance the audio of my own voice, just to monitor myself, as well as the game audio as well. Not getting through there. But we did find more goodies to look at. The effects of this game look cool. I am absolutely impressed with the graphical fidelity here. It's wonderful. Love it when the things you pick up hit things on their way to you. Oh, it's definitely a display of power if you can pull things past all the other junk lying around. Next game is Wednesday at 8, usual spot. Hazard owes me $20. Erish, still on a fucking winning streak. Someone please figure out he's cheating. Thompson, suspended for a game because of that shady dealing incident. Guy, I owe you $60. I brought beers last time, so it's Hepstenstall's turn. Well, at least they're making the environment here a little bit more likely. That's right! I tried taking the elevator up here to see if I could find some other way out there, but we're not needing to go through the Black Rock Quarry yet, are we? So, let's look over here. Blowing chunks. And maybe there's a route to an elevator around here, unless that's on a completely different floor. Could you have made that map any more horrendous? I'll see if we have another route up. Oh wait, no, that only gave us a couple of level 5's doors, didn't it? I think this led us to being completely blocked off from any other avenues. So how do we get up to ventilation and into... Okay. Looks like we'll have to take the route to the janitor's office and it branches off there. Oh yeah, we can. If there's nothing usable around. Handle with care. I decline. Yep, it's one of those games. You can see it's just a texture they applied there, but it does look convincing from a distance. With some clever use of mipmaps, it's actually possible to make a 2D texture render sort of as a 3D object. Really, really cool. I remember first actively noticing it in Fallout New Vegas. They'd have similar effects for getting little chunks blown out of the walls. Alright, so it looks like we have to go through the janitor's office again. And on the other side should be the water pumps. Presumably. Didn't look like we could access the elevator from way over there. This place is an engineering nightmare. Not to the energy converters again. Central maintenance, and then maybe from there we get to go up to the janitor's office. Or, real quick, I'll see if we have a place we can warp to. I saw red. And I don't mean the lights. Nope. Guess not. Alright, first things first, we should check to see if this ran anywhere we needed. We can also spend the time to invest in our abilities a little bit. I think. You know, we're never doing melee damage. Launch damage. Launch grenades. Oh. That's very fancy. Got lost playing the game because the map is hard to follow. You have my agreement there. From the self-proclaimed genius. Ooh. So we have a whole bunch of other things down here. We got another weapon form, huh? No, not that pause menu, this pause menu. Weapon forms. Ah, we'll have to unlock that first. I appreciate a good little skill tree. It gives you a bit of character growth. Well, not, whoops. Well, not unlock, oh. It automatically invests itself first thing. Well, we'll just upgrade everything then. Astral constructs. Ah, so now we get to start building other things. Generous magazine and high rate of fire best used in controlled bursts. No. I'll take the totally not a shotgun version. Now... Ah, there's a lot more here to the menus than I knew before. Seems there's quite a bit of stuff for us to craft. We'll have to read through what's going on here. If the UI couldn't be any more confusing... Ah, these are weapon mods we don't know what they are yet. So it's just whatever we could craft out of there. And then, we use the other menu here to equip them. Ah, here we go. Ooh, I like that. That is a level 2, so that's probably our best bet there. And now, reload speed, ammo refund on hit. 5% isn't much. Aha, we're a bit more powerful now. Excellent start. Should be a lot easier from here on out. Guess this is what Emerson meant when they said that these were essentially bonfires. We get to level up here. Now, do I have ventilation, energy converters, or power plant where I already am? Is ventilation a bit closer to where we need to be? They did say this game was going to have brutalist architecture, and all this dysfunctional engineering definitely feels like it's brutal. Now let's give the new abilities a test. Ah, didn't get a lock on him. Let's run it back this time. And a yeet. Ooh, I like that. Ah, he's got armor. Let's fix that. Make you some chili cheese fries. Ah. Don't say that, I had some the other day, actually. I think it was before the Noida stream. Really wonderful on a winter day. I'm gonna have to go get some more to eat after this. You fiend, you tempt me. And here I am trying to lose weight. Guess that's my mistake. Being a streamer isn't particularly conducive to your health. Ah, hello again, Ati. How you doing? No, not where I want to be. Ah, here we go. Coolant pumps. We are going in the right direction. We've already gone down this elevator. How do we get closer? Age, mid-20s. I think I've said the exact number before, but standard millennial. Or a bit on the younger side, perhaps. That says that's where we go for the coolant pumps. I suppose there's no harm. 26. That's the exact number. 26? Yes, 26. After 21, I stopped counting, so I mostly just have to do the math. Oh, wait. You're not an enemy. If we're back here, how do we get to the coolant pumps? Elevator. That's locked off. We are trapped once again in an endless cycle. Ah, from all the way over here, it looks like. We'll have to go on a very long trek.
Keeping my eyes open. We ain't out of the woods yet.
Millennial brand scientist. Bringing you into the new age. Although I am sort of on the border between Millennial and Z. So I have a number of mannerisms shared from both. Well, these guys like to explode. Is that the music, or are each and every one of you just screaming at me? Well, yikes if I do say so myself. Where'd you come from? And where did you go? Finally, we're on the right track. Only took us 20 minutes. It just means I have more time to spend with all of you. How did I... Was there a barrier there? Round 2. I like how we can throw the objects before they actually get into our hands just as well. And kaboom. I really like that shotgun. All the red lights, yes! Exactly as my intuition says. Uh-oh. It's like going dove hunting. Oh, boy. Oh, hey, you're here. Thanks for getting closer. Right where I wanted you instead. Now, usually when we're getting a lot of these obtuse rectangles, rectangular prisms and so on, along with the red lights, that's usually where we're showing up for another checkpoint. Lo and behold, our polygons are once again reduced. Alley-oop. Now, off to fix those coolant pumps. Still being excavated, it looks like.
We need to fix this thing ASAP.
Yeah, I'm on it, I'm on it. One, two. And I had 2 bullets saved up for that, and that's all we had to use. All according to plan. Missed. Unfortunately, we always throw from the right arm, so... Wish it would be congruent with which shoulder you were on, at least. And welcome, NSC coolant pumps. Looks like we'll need one of those batteries for there. Ah, perfect. Well, now I know what a Finnish accent sounds like. Missed. Not this time. Kayla, welcome. We were just getting down to the spicy business. We are having to fix these coolant pumps, which is the other half of what we were doing last time. Did you have a chance to catch up and watch the VOD from yesterday? You might still be a little bit lost otherwise. There's a battery here, so I assume we're going to need one really soon. Gotta look for where we have to place it. Guess it's less so of a battery and more an actual generator. Told ya.
Shit. What now?
My old enemy, the Glock, is blocking the pipes. You need to
Yuck.
He is very clever. He's trying to sneak in. He got him caught with his hand in the fish trap.
What the? I'm gonna go back and pick up a little bit of health. Yikes. I thought we would have had to only deal with the implicit and psychological supernatural. Didn't think we'd find mounds of pulsating whatever the heck that was. There, a little bit more health. We'll have to stand back this time. Had to go to work today. I like how the janitor's been casually dealing with this thing himself for years. I have a feeling the janitor is a lot more than he lets on. Ugly.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Certainly looks like someone went to Taco Bell. And it's receding into the wall? Ata, you got some explaining to do. You have a lot of explaining to do. SCP janitor. Wouldn't that be a job? I don't think you'd ever run out of interesting tales to tell. Gross. Well, at least it's not actually me having to deal with this. I like how this game is saying that sewage pipe clogging can be dealt with using firepower. A good bullet solves every problem in an FPS. Or third-person shooter here. Very, very gross. Luckily, since it's third person, we can cheat with looking around a few corners. I'd like to not get spewed on again, thank you very much. Like that. Let's get this over with. It's like I'm playing Conker's Bad Fur Day again. I don't know if you could get away with streaming that game on YouTube. I'll have to look it up, see if anyone's done a playthrough of that before. Well, I've serviced your pipes, sir.
Oh, this place is gonna come down.
I'll be charging double this time for time and materials. Do that again. So that's done there. We should have one more generator to place. We already got this one, right? This is the one at the start. So presumably, yes. Just up there at the end. You're coming with me. And a yeet.
Let's go lift the lockdown.
Let there be light. Oh boy. Look, buddy. I fixed your drainage problem. Least I could do is be thankful. Must have something clogging his brains. Or, goodbye. Oh no, clog complaint. That gross blockage down in the water systems is back. What the fuck is it? And where does it keep coming from? Why the hell does Ati keep yelling nonsense at it? He acts like it can understand him. Of course, he acts like we can understand him too. Guess that's just his brand of crazy. I'm gonna try out a new drain cleaner. Extreme strength. Have you tried bullets? Lead shots for your lead pipes. Can't go through there. Well, powering up that launch is doing a lot of work for us. I like it. Alright, why can't we go through there? We gotta kill everyone first, right? Here, eat this. 2 for 1. And we still can't leave. Guess we have to go forward, right? Please tell me it's not through the pipes again. Given that this was the closest thing we had to a fight, this is also probably our escape route. There's a little box back here. Yeah, there it is. We opened that one up, though, right? No, we haven't. I don't think you'd want to breathe too heavily in here. Must smell absolutely horrible. Ah, we did get that one. It just looked shut. Well, check the map again. Pipe works. Nope, we only got the one way in. And it looks like we do have a couple of ways out. Guess this is one of those games where you can sprint indefinitely, so might as well keep it up. What it would be like to be fit. Roll out the welcome wagon, why don't you? Ooh, pulled it to him. Exactly when did they decide to bring out such firepower for this? And we can't throw anything at him. We literally just have to play the waiting game here. Or not. Well, that was certainly an unfortunate place to be. We didn't see him at all earlier. Weird little mini-boss placement there. Some of the fights in this game have a lot of oddities showing up. I guess that's one way to get us out, right? Not the way I would have preferred. From one loading screen into another. Now we've got another switch going on somewhere around in here, right? Says this is where we have to be. Energy converters are that way. Yeah, the control room is up here. So it's probably a switch in one of these areas. More correspondence. Oh no, that's an entire side quest. We'll ignore that for now. Oh, hello there. Such a cool concept. An evolving firearm. I mean, it's been done before, but it's not used as much as I'd like to see it. Say cheese. I see you. Missing at point blank range. Ah, excellent. This is where we need to be. And just the screen I wanted to see. Is there anything we gotta turn on back here, or does it just mean the door's open? It is. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, hello there. There, now I think that's done with. Anyone else? Ooh, more goodies. Not much better. Return to what you were once before. Finally, a lot cleaner.
Forces contain a lockdown. Only be lifted by a directorial override.
Sounds like my cue. We've got a lot more to uncover.
That's it. The other sector should be open now. I think it's time I told Emily why I'm here. I'll risk it. You two should get to know each other.
Hey, sometimes you gotta risk it to get the biscuit. I suppose this is where we should have found the janitorial office first. We are looking for... not the field training. What was my side quest menu? There we are. Central Executive. Unless you would like to go do the side quests now instead of later. Let me know, class, while I take the next 5 minutes to try to figure out how to get out of here. I mean, there was a checkpoint right back there. We had a stairway down, didn't we? Ah, here we go. We want to be in Central Executive. Talk to good old Emily while we're here. When that face tracking works, it works. Although sometimes when I look down, like what I am doing now, I can't tell. Yeah, it will close my eyes a lot more than what they should be. Let's reconfigure that real quick. Ah, that's one way to fix it. Why don't I just relax a bit, lean back, and the camera should have a bit of a better perspective of me. Welcome back, Siphon. Oh yeah, that's way better. Readjustments made.
I heard that this attack the power plant brings up a lot of questions.
Alright, Emily.
You made it, and you lifted the internal lockdown.
Let's talk, Emily.
Yes, of course.
I got some questions and hopefully you have answers.
Listen, Emily. Screw it. Just tell her. I haven't been completely honest. I have a younger brother, Dylan. When we were kids, we found an old slide projector in Ordinary's landfill. The slides created doorways to other places. Bad things happened. Came through. That's all she gets. The rest stays locked inside. But we found help. Through one of the doorways, we met something. A being.
A being? What kind of being?
It's hard to describe, but she helped us. We managed to turn the projector off. The bad things that came through the doorways were gone. After that, your people came. Tried to grab us. I ran away. They got Dylan. I left him behind.
Bureau agents took your brother?
Yes. You covered it up. No one believed me. I just want to find Dylan. I've been looking for him ever since.
What happened to the slide projector? It sounds like another object of power.
I thought you took it. The Bureau. Along with Dylan.
I've never heard of it. But around here, I assume everything's classified.
Huh.
I looked into the Ordinary AWE case files after you mentioned it. Trench and Darling were both involved. A large area of the containment sector was reserved for it. The case hasn't been active for a long time. I have no idea if anything's still there. Can you tell me more about this being you found?
Let's hope you two get along. She's been with me ever since Ordinary. In my head. She led me to you. I call her Polaris.
As in a guiding star. Did Polaris know about the hiss? If she got you in here in spite of the lockdown, she's very powerful. Which may help explain your test results. Your readings are incredible, Jesse. Now, cross-referencing them with the database, I found 2 matches in Darling's old classified files. Unfortunately, I can't access them beyond the file codes. But one was P6, referring to a prime candidate for a potential future bureau director. This was logged years ago.
Dylan. Is that Dylan?
The other match is on something called Hedron, which must be connected to these Hedron resonance amplifiers somehow. All I know is that Marshall went to the research sector to secure the HRA production after the hiss first attacked.
So, Marshall seems like our best lead on Dylan. I need to go after her. How can I get to the research sector?
Use my keycard. The sector elevator will take you there.
Marshall is the next step. What Emily told me about Ordinary, my powers being connected to things in the Bureau's past. I am so close to something. Do you feel it?
Ooh, we got some
Something.
secrets here.
We take turns to come for a visit. I helped you. You owe me now. And when time comes, I will come calling.
Well, he's a weirdo, but I'd say he's a trustworthy guy. I trust Ati. Do you? Siphon, weird question. Do you eat your chili fries with onions? If they are provided, but often they aren't. And usually I'm not in a place where I can easily acquire onions to place on them. I enjoy a good bit of
Hi,
crunch.
Jesse.
Tell me about
Found
Darling.
traces of Darling, but still can't find him. Where could he be?
But he's usually in his office in research or one of his labs. Dr. Darling has quite a few all around the Bureau. Could be hiding in any one of them. I check myself, but I don't have access to most of them.
Sounds like I touched a nerve. He didn't let you into his labs?
Not all of them, no. Some had volatile material. It's ridiculous. I mean, this whole place is volatile material. Could have at least thought up a more convincing lie. I mean, how can I work without access to all the data possible?
He's got weird things against all of us, doesn't he?
This place has a bad habit of moving around, huh?
So you notice the building shifts. Did you know that 39% of Bureau accidents are caused by the shifts? It's true. I ran the numbers myself.
So they're dangerous.
Oh, very. Yet one time, a shark got shifted into a meeting room along with over 2,000 gallons of water. It was a tiger shark. Darling's pet research project. I
Ain't that
forget what he
silly?
was researching.
How do people work here?
Well, I imagine it never gets boring, for one.
You said you're an assistant?
Oh, it's just a title. I'm a scientist, a researcher. I work for Dr. Darling. See, when Bureau agents go out in the field, the sites of altered world events, we study the materials, the altered items they bring back. It's always something we've never seen before, and studying them requires new instruments, methodologies, sometimes entirely new fields of science.
Emily really loves her job.
See, there's no guidebook for what we do here. Everything that happens at the Bureau, including the science, is without precedent.
That sounds really fun. I'd like to be a part of that, honestly. You say how do people work here, but definitely sounds like there's a lot of stuff to discover.
What exactly is the Ocean View Motel?
That's a bigger question than you might think. You see, I have extreme doubts that the motel is a single place. I mean, look at all the doors inside it. Where do they all go? We know that one door leads to the oldest house, but how come we can only ever open that one door? Maybe to open a door, you have to have entered through it. So if every door leads to a different dimension, plane, reality, whatever you want to call it, then I believe that the motel is firm proof that parallel universes exist.
Does Darling agree with that?
I haven't told him yet. I'm waiting until I can prove it.
Ah. Well, we might have to go build speed up for 12 hours in order to access some of them.
What can you tell me about control points?
They're nexus points of the oldest house's unique energies. Now, I wrote a 30-page proposal hypothesizing that we could siphon energy directly from them. Darling didn't even get through the first page before he turned it down.
Right. And, has anyone ever used them to teleport around?
What? No. What, I mean, you mean physically? No, not that I've ever heard of. Why?
Because that's how they work for me.
What? Really? Oh my god. More tests.
Let's hold off on the tests until later, okay?
Okay. It's just, wow. This blows my control point theories right out of the water. I love it.
One of the most fascinating things for scientists is when you can prove them wrong.
See you soon.
Be careful out there.
Oh yeah, Leviathan, you think that's funny? Well, why don't we, find this staircase right here and start jumping. See if we can build up speed for about 12 hours now. Ah, the controls don't let me BLJ. Disappointing. Research in parapsychology. So where are we going now? Research sector. Do we have an easy answer where that is? Still have a lot of question marks in here, but I imagine it's not in maintenance. Central Executive is where we are. Time for more confusing navigation, it looks like. Although we could at least afford to explore what all these question marks are. On the various sides here. Well, here's that furnace. Is that one actually still counting down? Well, better figure out what's going on there quick. Never mind, change of plans. We need to go to the energy converters, right? You can sort your personal and weapon mods by potency, type, and when they were equipped. Eliminate key hiss targets. Ah, just another little fight to be going through. So much for your level 3. Missed. Constant health regen, it looks like. So I'm gonna need something with a bit more oomph to it. That is some fast regeneration. Wow. Still wish you'd know how to use your left arm for your psychic powers. Ah, just a timed quest for a bit of combat. Well, I don't think that's content we necessarily miss, and then we can never attempt again. Might have just been for a bit of extra essence or upgrade points. I'm willing to let that one slide. What a mess that one was, though. Alright, back to the furnace, I believe. Now let's see what little quest is going on over here. Once we make our discoveries, we might know where we can go next. Yeah, don't want to stand anywhere near that one. Ah, simple janitorial duty. Now, when you say trash, I'm about to make...
Trash. Did Ati mean barrels full of hazardous biological material?
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Seems like I'm breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ati wants, then I'll get it done.
What a weirdo. And I don't mean because he's Finnish. No. Any more? Ah, there's one. Not you. And not you. Looks like there's a lot of barrels still lying around. But we keep an eye out for whichever ones are uncomfortably glowing and green. Like this one. I said, like this one. Should be one more, and I assume they're relatively evenly spaced out. So probably along this wall somewhere. And on the bottom. I don't like that it's glowing. There's very few things that should be biological material that are glowing. And preferably only alive cells. I mean, bioluminescence is a thing, but... So weird how fast time flies. It has been an hour already, hasn't it? I'm impressed. There we go, that's what we would have wanted. Ah, do we have other routes off of here? Is this where we're looking? Is this where we're wanting to go? Barrel full of fireflies. 10,000 of them, to be precise. Or is it 10 million? I don't know, I don't listen to popular songs. I wonder. Is that a place we're not supposed to be, but we're supposed to go? Huh. Hey, 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 hey! Look at us! Dodge efficiency. We're not using it enough. Well, it looks like whatever's going on that little television is something... Maybe another secret to have viewed, but hopefully it's not another freaky puppet show. No way up there. So, we'll have to get in there from a different route, it looks like. Off of, allegedly, the third floor of the power plant. Let's see what's going on in that control room. Maybe this has our ticket up and towards the northwest. Not the janitor's office. Looks like we have to go through there, but that door is locked. Drat. Well, hello again. So delighted to see you. I'd like to see what's on this end. Ah, we do have a passageway down here. Let me in on your secrets. Or not. Yep, this is one of the worst maps I have ever seen. Which must be why it's so close to what we find in real life. Still not supposed to be in there yet, I imagine. Gotta find some way around here. There's a bit of a route off of the coolant pumps there. And then a lot of stuff off to the far left if we manage to get our way up to the top of the power plant, it looks like. But we can't go through that door either. Alright. Back to the main area, and we might be able to find where we're supposed to go to the parapsychology area first. Find puzzle games hard to follow. You've been watching this whole time and still don't know what's going on. It is part puzzle, part Metroidvania, part third-person shooter. I do enjoy a bit of puzzle solving, but if they don't make it intuitive, it's not really the best. There's a lot of puzzles and secrets to be found in Noida, but there's so many ways that you can destroy your chances and not even know what you're supposed to do. They leave you quite a few hints, but a number of them are obscured. One of the weirdest things to figure out is parallel universes, or parallel worlds in that game.
They're saying Trench was shot dead. The situation's getting worse.
I saw Trench and Darling arguing a couple weeks ago. Trench was furious. You don't think Darling...
Nostalgia department. Ah, right, we saw the cutscene here. So, it's probably up or down a floor. Research sector. There we go. There we go. It was right in front of us. We at least got to throw a couple things into a nice big fire, though. Keep it a little warm in here for the approaching winter. Ah. Oh, now you decide to wait once the loading screen is 90% full. Now it's time for a little bit more exploration. Any little goodies for us lying around here?
Somebody thought this video would make for great internal communications. I'm looking at you, Mr. Tomasi. So, this is where the magic happens. Anyway, I've been here for 24 years now. I've always been here. And through those years, we've made astonishing discoveries, authored studies of grave importance, and in all this work, there is one thing we know, and that's how little we truly know. Rest assured, we're committed to keep pushing the known laws and borders of reality, and to make you proud. So, welcome. Assuming you have the necessary clearance, and do follow the safety protocols. Read the manual. Otherwise, bad things will happen.
Research sector, huh? Home of the Bureau's mad scientists.
Hey, that's where I belong. And you don't. Miss every single shot. This should be better. Excellent. Stand down. You too. What sort of nonsense is all this? It's an aesthetic. It's not my aesthetic. That guy was still in his chair. Was he having a bit too much fun working here? Ah, didn't dodge it that time. Glad we got him. Yeah, and who's gonna stop me? This is not where we're supposed to be.
Constantly changing labyrinth. Can never pass through. Dimensional research.
We might finally have an answer here, though.
Measure of security.
This looks like it does not belong inside of a research station. What are we gambling with here? Our architectural design, apparently. How does a door like that open comfortably? Ugh. Tacky. Well, guess we're not going back that way. Great. It's gonna be one of those things. Only one way through, only one way around. Alright, I don't need changing walls, I need answers. What's going on here? Step in. Just needs a couple laps around, it looks like. I was hoping we'd have some fun non-Euclidean geometry here. That would have been exciting. I won't quite... No, there has to be more going on here. Ashtray maze. So it's an entire maze back here. So the entire structure is going to keep changing. Is this gonna be one of those Lost Woods sorts of things? Only one correct way in or out, it looks like. I think this might be something we'll have to figure out later. Looks fun, but I don't think we need to be here yet. That's gonna be way too weird to figure out. Enough dilly-dallying, on to what we're supposed to be doing. Ominous stone slabs everywhere. Yeah, try and stop me. Ooh, Dr. Darling's office. One of many, I assume. Ooh, fancy. I like what's going on here. Examination of paranatural topics, the astral plane, and objects of power. Summary. The Bureau has spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle, determined by Jungian archetypes and the collective subconscious, would be inhabited by paranatural energies when an AWE occurred in its vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created by the and the astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Objects of power were placed on Earth as test by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects left behind as its borders receded. And the objects were left behind. The astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely through objects of power. I will attempt to disprove some of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully, the truth will emerge. Refer to the file for a full report.
Questions recently regarding HRAs. What are they for? Do you always need to wear them? And what's the deal with the Hadron resonance anyway?
Can we block out that projection? Hey, we can! I love it. I love it. Look at that.
Despite what you may have heard, HRAs are not monitoring devices. We're not tracking your movements or listening to your conversations while you're wearing them. We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA. Think of them as a life preserver. Only instead of water, the thing HRAs protect you from is classified. One day that classified, not water, might pour in, and you'll be glad you got an HRA keeping you afloat. And if you don't have an HRA, don't worry. It'll be quick and painless. Kidding. I'm kidding.
Lip syncs off. Would you ever play Smash live? Chances are very, very unlikely. I might play them casually online with a friend, but I really don't like Smash. Got a friend who's trying to convince me otherwise. I do enjoy archetypal Smash gameplay, but under certain conditions. You will see I did try to play Nicktoons or Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl a number of times on this channel. That I don't think I'm ever picking up again, at least not until it's been patched a good number of times. Needs a lot of work before I start enjoying that. What I do love, though, is Rivals of Aether. The online for that seems to be a lot more functional, and the workshop interests me greatly. Once I have a bit more open time in the schedule, I will be trying to mod in a custom Xander character there. If you look back in the stream history, there's a couple of art streams in which I discuss the potential moveset implications that we could be doing. Dear Dr. Darling, I suspect my colleague Dr. Harrington has already contacted you asking for an increase in her department's budget. I'm not surprised. Parapsychology has always been the squeaky wheel, all fuss but no results. Parakinesiology has always been the stronger department. More breakthroughs, more tangible data, more usable research. I'm sure a man of your esteem can plainly see which department is more deserving of the budget increase. Just think what those additional resources could do for an already formidable research team. Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I've left a bottle of well-aged brown on your desk. Yours in admiration, Dr. Abraham Lewis. Heard of Rivals of Aether but never got into it. It's Super Smash Bros. Melee, but with furry characters. And, as of a couple of years ago, a workshop. There are custom characters available for it. And an absolutely wonderful scene for it. I really want to get back to that, but I don't really have much in the way of work to show for it. Do we have any pixel artists in the class today? I did leave that as one of the voting options on the Discord server. Maybe just as an incentive to get me working on it more. I was thinking about having a stream so— oh, wow, no. Where'd that one come from? Hold on. James, of course, I have seen a couple of the works that you've made before. But on the list of potential streams, I'm still suspicious of that guy with the rocket launcher. No, no, no. There is delicate science going on here. I do not want you throwing explosives everywhere. Especially since they're just attached on the end of rifles, it looks like. Is the coast clear? I decline. I very much decline. So, let's try to find our way back to parapsychology, which looks like it will be back up here again. Now that we're no longer being distracted by combat. Or maybe not. Looks like we get there from over on this side. So, one of the potential streams I would like to get to sometime soon, and I think I did leave it as a voting option on the Discord. Maybe take some time, boot up a bit of pixel art rendering software, and see if I can get some work done. We can't get in there yet. A lot of streamers do that. They'll take a couple of streams and use that to actually work on assets. It does help to have some live feedback while you're working on something. And there, I have a very good perspective on how to get things done for the Rivals of Aether modding project. That is one thing I am definitely looking forward to finishing. Sometime. Oh, whoops, wrong button. I'm so used to control being my crouch key. Well, that's a lot going on there. I'm gonna need some more cover. How did I miss him? He was very obviously sitting down there the entire time. Back on the ground where you belong. GG's, shake my hand. As it is with any personal project, the second hardest part is getting it started. The hardest part is getting the last 10% you need to get it finished. Any other creative folk in the chat will understand there is a sort of euphoria once you get a project started, and then the first 20 or 30% that you handle out of it, everything seems to go smoothly. Then you start running into design decisions. Some things that might be a bit less intuitive. We have discussed some moveset implications on those previous art streams. Of course, once we get down to the graphical work, I will have to do some of the dirty parts of it, such as all the extra little animations. I have very little experience with pixel art, but it's a good thing to learn. Any sort of artistic ability or graphical design is important for a VTuber. Hold on, I'll be right back. Someone a knock knockin' on my door. At least that's done with. Alright, where were we? Started a big project for a Terraria workshop but never finished. Exactly. And I think a little bit of social pressure, having some eyes on you, will definitely compel you to get something finished. If it turns out I end up loving Terraria, don't hold me to this, don't get extremely excited, I might try to develop something for it as well. After all, with the namesake Turing, I am a programmer first. Seems a lot of VTubers are. Just about everyone tries to get some experience in programming, video editing, drawing. For quite a few of them, music production as well. Event summary. A possible AWE in which an unnamed individual experienced transcorporeality via a phone line. Event is notably similar to AWE in which event response. Event is believed to have been caused by and as a result, the following measures have been taken to prevent Alright, how are we getting up there? going back down a floor, it looks like. Although we did have those areas blocked off before. Sit back, relax, the face tracking will work better. I think off in this right, this was blocked off. So how the heck are we getting back there? Ever played any Infamous games? Absolutely not. I can't even remember what they're about. I am open to the idea. Yeah, help your friend over there. Right, how are we getting up there? Looks like it's a one-way path back, clearly. The way we're trying to go is blocked off. Might be good to just explore any secret areas we can find, right? Already been in there. Already been in there. Well, this entire stream is going to be us wandering around in circles, it looks like. And a 1. And a 2. Oh, didn't see you there. I thought I got ya. Remember them being really good, but you didn't play them a long time. It's about you having powers and you can choose to be a hero or a villain. Ah, classic. The moral dilemma. Despite taking the moniker of mad scientist, I usually actually do play the good guy rat. Perhaps I'm ultimately more of a glad scientist. Ha 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 ha! You'll never be able to take that one back. Please give me a direction, please give me an answer. Is there a control point over here? Maybe? We've already headed down this route. Finally, a change of environment. And we're probably not supposed to be down there. James wasn't all that impressed with the execution of those games. I'll have to do a little bit of research into them. I'm finding myself able to play a lot fewer games on this channel than I wanted to. I did have a lot of fun with Deltarune. That one took only 2 weeks to get through. Both chapters 1 and 2. if you're just going to keep respawning... There we go. Alright, time for the next silly thing to do. Let's just run right through. And no. We have no idea how to get out of here then. Welcome, Broham, by the way. Did you sleep well? Already got that one. No way to get out through there. We're currently very, 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 very lost. I don't know if you played Control before, but the map here is absolutely horrible. Been around, actually, just working hard. Ah! Well, a formal welcome to the stream now that you have decided to speak up. Always happy to say hi, at the very least. Alright, where the heck are we supposed to go? Parapsychology. Down. And then what? Alright, follow the plaques. Please tell me the signs don't just point into this little sector. Dimensional Research, Dr. Darling's office. Supposedly this is the place, but is there an answer anywhere here? Do I... Have we had a demonstration of that before? Was it really that easy this entire time? Is that really all we needed to do? If we did so- oh, well, now it's locked. So, at least some of our questions that remain unanswered. It is that easy. But we're still locked out, it looks like. Or, no? I already hit the button on it. Alright, fine.
I need to reach her.
Now I have an answer where we're supposed to go. Took us long enough. I hate it. I hear someone just over here. Ooh, nice and explosive. Harder to miss if I'm shooting 7 bullets. This game is too much of a shooting gallery from what you've seen. Looks cool, but personally you wouldn't play it. We'd hopefully have a bit more story and stuff to be going through. I do appreciate a lot of the dialogue and lore of what we have here. If you've only been here for this stream, then it might not be the best representative. Transcript of a call to the California State Emergency Services. 911, what is your emergency? Hello. Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me? I can hear you, ma'am. Where are you? I'm, inside the wires. I'm lost. Ma'am, have you been drinking tonight? I feel like I'm stretching through the wire. Towards you. Don't hang up. I might go if you hang up. Go where, man? Go. Gone. Away. Okay. Can you describe your surroundings? Unknown noise. Ma'am? Hello, ma'am? Dispatcher attempted to call the number back, but it was no longer in service. Very interesting. Oh. Oh, wow. As expected. Gee, we spent a good 20 minutes wandering around in there. Alright, noted. Hit more of the red squares. Red building blocks.
What you see is not what you always get. Regardless, this place is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified, but we can talk in broad strokes, keeping in mind that these are staggeringly complex systems, and simplification does them no justice. Now, the white non-space, the ever-present inverted black pyramid, the board, all linked, intrinsically tied to the oldest house, tied to the director, the process of choosing a director, tied to all objects of power in terms of who controls them. Yes.
I like his bow tie. Do you think I should go for one? I mean, right now I have a, aperture knot, which is very, very interesting, and yes, it does actually exist. Wonder if a bow tie alt would be funny for Xander. Anything quirky? I mean, a lot of people have called me just an anime Bill Nye. In terms of design appearance. Alternate perspective, objects of power and their astral connections. Summary. Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to the an entity or group of entities that we have little information on, or little that I am allowed to access. In his written reports, he states that there's a clear link between those objects of power, the astral plane, the oldest house itself. His work supposes those links are innate, a fact ingrained into the very of objects such as the hotline, or the surface weapon. But what if these particular objects were never linked to the but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the Isn't it strange that using the surface weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director, or at least worthy of the role? Why do we assume that involvement by the is a natural fact and not something more research into the specific hiss. Alright, let's give this a look through. The hiss-charged agents are examples of extreme physical deformation resulting from hiss corruption. The hiss display an unthinking fixation on any non-corrupted individuals in the area. Once within a specific proximity, they erupt into a burst of focused hiss resonance, so dense that it acts as a physical force. The hiss-charged is depleted of hiss corruption after this eruption. The host is left lifeless. Think that's probably talking about the board. That's what I assumed as well. The black spaces left about 5 letters of space, which I assume would be talking about the giant inverted black pyramid. This behavior may be an adaptive response to the HRAs. The Hiss charged are designed to blow the devices off potential hosts, exposing them to the resonance. Is the Hiss capable of customizing a corrupted host's altered ability to this degree? Why is the physiology of the Hiss charge so dramatically different from the host's original form? Lots of questions, no answers. Refer to file blah 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 for full report. His elevated agents display abilities similar to telekinetic competencies observed in Burrow para-utilitarians. Some prefer to charge their targets, while others launch objects at them. Telekinetic attacks have been ineffective against the Hiss elevated due to their own talent in the area. They do not use any weaponry except their own paranatural capabilities. Some Hiss elevated have been seen levitating while strapped into chairs. This is likely the result of individuals being corrupted while undergoing cognitive recording in parapsychology. How are they able to use paranatural abilities? Is it possible that these individuals were bound to objects of power prior to corruption? It's also worth considering that the Hiss resonance can identify and express latent paranatural ability in the individuals it corrupts. Be right back in 10 minutes if you're still streaming. Oh, this will go on for a good another 30 minutes at the very least. Until I am summoned elsewhere again. His sniper. Bureau snipers specialize in eliminating threats from a distance, using the telltale searchlights affixed to their rifles to search for targets. His snipers are no less lethal. The corruption has not changed their tactics. They clearly prefer to maintain a good distance from their target, waiting in elevated positions for a clear shot. Care should be taken in open spaces. Check the balconies. I should note that the rifles are equipped with a bayonet for close quarters combat, and the Hiss snipers are well aware of how to use it. The Astral exhibition was originally built for the astronauts to use as a training location, a place to grow accustomed to the sights and sound of the astral plane before diving into the real thing. We could have done a better job with it, but was being stingy with the budget. However, once we discovered the we decided to repurpose the space, similar to how zoos hope familiar surroundings will affect the well-being of their animals. We hope to observe the behavior in an environment similar to its home dimension. So far, it just breaks everything we put in it, but Rome wasn't built in a day. Refer to file for a full report. Addendum. No naming conventions have been established for the astral entity now known as Astral Spike. Outdated terms in this report have been redacted. Take another drink. Oh, is the Twitch connection offline? Still seems unreliable then. A shame. I was hoping Twitch would work. Let me check that real quick. Mute in. Live. Looks like there's a feed. Huh. Restream lies to me. Once again. Da-da-da. Already read that one. Dr. Darling is insistent that the certain objects of power share a direct connection to the board, an entity or group of entities that... We read that one. The safe object of power can produce a barrier... Okay, hold on. Utilization of paranatural elements, munitions testing on 22, aka Home Safe. Bureau Rangers were given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a para-utilitarian bound to this object in order to gauge the barrier's durability. And velocity ammunition were tested with results. Testing will continue after the safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios. Allowing para-utilitarians to participate in altered engagements would be an advantage worth considering. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but it can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain informed by our own and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can be artificially in popular culture using once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. What a difficult word. Certain paranormal phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on a pair of scissors that consume human through two punctures on the bizarre. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children; they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Gonna go through a dozen glasses of water having to drink, or having to go through all that. Looks like a replica of the astral plane. And no answers to be found there.
An early hypothesis was that the mindscape of the astral plane is subjective. But that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual place, not a construct of the mind, even though it is with our minds that we enter and experience it. But then one could argue that that's the case with all reality. We've been able to record footage of the astral plane by monitoring the brain activity of those experiencing it. That is the only concrete material that has come out of the astral plane expeditions.
Ah, darn it.
Apart from one shocking exception. In the astral plane footage, we're always in the vicinity of the pyramid. We've concluded that this, not the entire plane, is what the board controls. We have glimpsed movement, native species, always in the distance, and yet contact was made. We don't have footage of this, a technical malfunction, but when one of our astronauts returned, a brain cloud, an astral fugue, had hitchhiked a ride in his head. It ruptured out, killing the subject in question. It's a relentless predator, pursuing thoughts, minds, lethal to those the entity feeds on. Proper containment protocols are to be observed when dealing with it.
Perhaps an aforementioned cognito hazard.
I can't believe they keep that thing here.
Ugly. Flashy lights warning indeed. It's freaky, whatever it is. Don't know that that's done much to slow it down. Better not get cornered. And getting out of here. Ah, that's what we're looking for. Go on, let me in. Or not. Hmm. Guess there's not really an answer there. Is there even a reason to be back here? Ah, I see. Oh, and up there. So do we have to lead it in there? Over here. Over here. Indeed, it will follow us.
What was the Bureau doing with that thing?
Yikes. Well, problem solved. And now we get out.
Someone answer, damn it! We need backup down here.
Marshall, are you still there?
Shit. We're so close. We need to hurry.
Doesn't look like you are making the most pleasant of scientific advancements here. His clusters destroy other, or heal other enemies. Ah, no way to get him up there. Problem solved, except for a couple stragglers over here. I'm waiting. And I'm watching. Alley-oop. And goodbye. Ah, there's more of them. Gotcha. Of course the environment's protecting him. Where's the unicorn? That was the carousel ride. That's essentially what gave us the dodging ability, but it's not really relevant anymore. At least I assume that's what you're referring to. Not sure how much this is gonna hurt. It's enough. Back on the ground, please. Finally. Ha! I like it. Normally you don't see a brain cut up like that. Normally it's just among the two hemispheres. A new mission. Not now. I'd like to know what's going on with the real deal. Utilization of paranatural elements, rethinking groupthink. Summary. The study extends the works of Irving Janis, Robert Barron, and others by proposing strong causal links between groupthink and the passive or active use of telepathy. To prove these connections, the parapsychology department carried out variations of Solomon Asch's original conformity experiments using a telepathic individual as the subject. See experiments blah 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 for details. Extensive qualitative and quantitative data resulting from these experiments was then used to identify telepathic interference within the group. Further empirical findings suggest measures can be taken to safeguard any against telepathic influence on behaviors by engaging in... Rather boldly, this paper stands to revolutionize decades of groupthink theory and provide new directions for further experimentation on the mind, including manipulation of and... Sounds like a bunch of buzzwords, not much information there. I like combat assessment. Xander likes the gun more than the Yeetus Deletus. It's a bit more effective at certain distances. I do need to hone my shooting abilities because I might end up playing... Well, I mean, you already know Halo's on Friday.
We've encountered heavy resistance. We've fallen back to the left department. All agents are ordered to converge here.
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Faden. Hold on. I'm setting the elevator for you. We need to talk.
You got that right.
Yeah.
More of you? Really?
In most cases, I can't use the telekinesis as much as I'd like, but I should pay a lot more attention to that meter. Seems it's very reliable. And an excellent source of damage. A lot of people heavily rely on the TK. I'll use it more. Seems it's going to be a lot more effective.
Marshall is waiting for you in the luck lab, just down the hall.
Didn't we just find one of these? Uh-huh. Sure. Oh, that's something we can actually interact with. Ha! Precious. I love it. Everyone's having to deal with a little bit of trauma, it looks like.
I was starting to worry. Congratulations on your appointment, Director Phaeton. I'm Helen Marshall, head of Bureau Operations. Zachariah's dead then, and I assume you found his gun.
Just call me Jesse. Trench told me to find you. He said you could help.
And he told you this through the hotline. Makes sense.
As much as anything else here.
Really?
Here's the situation. Darling created the HRAs in a lab nearby. We need more if we're gonna survive this attack. My rangers can't secure the lab alone, not against those things. We need more firepower.
At least she seems to know what's going on here. She could know about Dylan.
I can clear out the hiss. I'll be your firepower.
That's a good answer.
Is she testing me?
Darling has systems in place to protect his labs. This should help you get past them. We'll talk more after you clear out the hiss.
We got more clearance.
Rangers, let her through. We'll have to lock the door behind you. Sorry, but we can't risk a breach.
Fine by me. Take down everything I have to. Ah, there we are. What goodies you got for me?
I see rangers over there. We have to help them.
Yep, not nearly as much as I'd like. There you are. Ah, I think we got it. I said dodge. Is that it? Are we done? No, we are not. Don't get too close. Well, think that's done with. Drat. Did anyone survive? Anyone at all? Oh. You're gonna need something else to get in there, it looks like. Ah! Someone did survive. Oh boy, time for another boss fight, huh? Hi, Lewis. Our goal is to keep this last guy alive, as much as we can. Got him. Now let's try that again. Now that we have the movement tech, it should be a lot easier to deal with a bunch of these enemies. And the building is no less ugly. Interesting that they have the barriers set up like that. Almost as if it's reminiscent of soundproofing layers. Hey, buddy. Another little box of goodies. I think while we have a checkpoint, we might want to invest in our abilities a little bit. The difficulty has been ramping up, after all. Oh, not that we get much to do with. Nothing we can afford. Pierce. Oh ho. This ought to be fun. Oh, this ought to be very, very fun. I think having that for emergencies might be our best bet. So, let's give this one a try now. Ah, that's interesting. Well, we're gonna have fun with that one. I appreciate the big, meaty bullets. Really puts the hurt on someone. Is that a rubber duck? Sorry, don't have the time.
This way to the lab? Okay.
Rubber
Looks like
ducks.
these HRAs. Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead. Or taken over by the hiss.
Got any secrets back here? Lo and behold. Looks like there was an extra route, potentially. Oh, wait, no, that's just the single room here. But, doesn't look like there's a way we can get up there just yet. Ducks, indeed. There's apparently a Noida spell I discovered recently called Spicy Ducks. We have generated that event from votes pretty frequently, but we haven't had that show up as a spell yet, have we? I have no idea how I solved that so intuitively. Guess it works.
You led me here. Any idea how to make it work?
What's the little crystal here?
Hello again, Director. It appears we have a new problem. We need to get the HRA machine working.
I've replaced a couple of spark plugs, but this looks a bit more complicated.
Darling must have had a system. Randomness isn't in his nature. The punch cards, the symbols, the terminals. How do they connect?
I'll see what I can do.
That's... Ah, those are the punch cards. Time for a little more puzzle solving. Our way in, too strong, leaks out. Changing variables. So it looks like those center two are the ones we want to use. Avoid the other punch cards, potentially. Unless they have to be done in a specific order. Black rock prisms are unique formations of black rock, distinct in both their shape and potency. While the density of black rock dampens paranatural forces, the unique structure of prisms retains frequencies in the range to hertz. Hertz, with perfect harmonization. This report analyzes the results of focusing a through harmonized prism onto a methods for the imprinting of non-physical fields onto imbuing them with the properties of the harmonized resonance in the prism will be explored and explained. Refer to file for a full report. So as I was saying, rubber ducks have a particular meaning to programmers. There's a technique called rubber duck debugging where you pick an inanimate object, which is mimetically a rubber duck. Sort of a funny little joke there. I'm guessing this is where we would put the cube.
Have you checked the upper floor?
I'm about to. One of the best ways for you to analyze your own mistakes is to explain it to something as simple or inanimate as possible, or in as terms as simple as possible. Usually going through the paces like that will help you discover what sort of errors you missed. Ah. So we do have different settings up here. I think this is where we use that one. No. Correct. Yeah, thanks for the hints. I'm figuring it out, but close enough. Where's number 1? The instruction for 1 was up there. Oh, and down here. Or not. Guess we might as well try this one here. And last one, 5.
These whiteboard drawings may be important.
This is one of the easier puzzles to solve. I'm not gonna need your help for this one. Just need to find where that 5th one is. Ah, right here, center stage. By process of elimination, or not, it's not that simple, is it?
It looks like he was working on something to do with these symbols.
Hold on. We had different instructions on the whiteboard down there and up here, it looks like. Alright, look at this one. It's the one with the most distortion, and that's placed on slot 1 there. Which, hopefully, if we went to slot 1 down here, which is over here, that seems to be the correct one, according to both of those signs that we have. Go ahead and swap 4 and 5 then, I guess. La-di-da-di-da. Guess this one's just overall configured incorrectly. And now we should see results, right? Ah, wait. So we know it's not that one on 5. Which is exactly what we have on 5. Okay, hold on. So the X's mean it's... Would you shut up, Marshall? So it's not that one with all the different symbols. Lower one said it caused a feedback loop. We do need to use process of elimination as well. So... looks like the open spots here mean what it could be potentially. But the red X's let us absolutely eliminate which ones it can't be. Let's go ahead and take all these out just to have a fresh start. Weird sets of punch cards. Looks like all signs point to one being that. Guess we could try fitting this one back up here. There were the arrows on this whiteboard as well. So swap 2 and 3, perhaps. Too powerful for us. Dimensions. Feedback loop. So the 4th is not that one that has the rough half side of it taken. Full cube and partial cube. That's the one we already tried, so swap these. Oh. I didn't expect it to happen immediately the instant I hit the button. I had to escape autonomously with the sort of muscle memory. Now what do we do here? Emerson, welcome. We just figured out the punch card puzzle.
The prism shattered. Darling's prototypes have a lot of issues. We need a new plan. We need more Black Rock prisms to make this machine work. Darling has another lab, down in the Black Rock processing site in maintenance. That must be where he keeps the prisms.
I've been to maintenance already. I can find my way.
But how long will that take?
Indeed.
Here is simple. I need to ask her now, before I go.
I need something from you first. What do you know about Dylan Faden?
I knew this was coming. Lives are at stake here, and we need this machine working to save those lives. Once that is done, Director Faden, then we can talk.
She's right. As much as I don't want to admit it. I'm the only one who can help.
Fine. I'll get the prisms first.
Dylan will have to wait just a little longer.
But don't call me Director. Jesse is fine.
I'll call you Faden. Here, you'll need this keycard.
Thanks. Emily Pope has set up a base in Executive. Once I have the prism, I'll meet you there.
Right. I'll move out immediately.
Excellent.
And keep an eye out for Darling. Finding him might be the key to stopping the hiss.
Indeed, welcome back, Siphon.
It's just one large-scale HRA. It's there now. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance. That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for. Taking the protection Hedron can provide us, and keeping us from being wiped out.
Something tells me that mine is not on Earth.
Here, this will lead back to Central Research.
Well, since Emerson just arrived, it would be a poor point to end the stream now. So, let's get this going on for a little bit more. Ah, right back here. No shortcut to ritual division, it looks like. Perhaps later. And we return to maintenance. Guess it doesn't matter which one we show up to, then. Ah, looks like the after-stream plans are cancelled. Next stop, Atiland. Oh boy. We're gonna get a lot of our Finnish friend, aren't we? Looks like I can keep this up a while longer, but I do need to cut down my streams to a bit more of a reasonable time. 2 hours is good, maybe not 4. And I do want those chili cheese fries. There we go.
Marshall knows something about Dylan. Is he here? Is he alright? HRAs first. They'll help save everyone, including Dylan. Once I find him. Can you keep him safe? Like you do with me?
So that's what that other quest was. Field training in there. Ah, there's the other one. I am interested in this one since it was something I saw but didn't know how to get in for the longest time. Another object of power, so it should be another ability for us. More movement, hopefully. I'd like to file a formal complaint regarding the unauthorized use of my voice in a state of quality I did not agree on. The fact that they were planning to use material from what I thought was a rehearsal was not communicated to me at all. Had it been, I would have disallowed the use of those recordings. I want use of the Ranger Field Training Course recorded messages to halt immediately. I will not stand for this humiliation among my peers. I will go to HR with this, if necessary. Signed, Randall Pulaski. What a lovely bunch of gentlemen and ladies. So, what's going on in here?
So I just read this. Welcome to the Ranger Field Training course. The course must be completed in the specified amount of time. When you're ready to start, press the button. Is that all, or?
I always did love obstacle courses.
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Oh, that certainly sounds like a rehearsal. So, what are we doing here?
Seconds remaining.
Ah, good, we can shoot those.
Seconds remaining. Seconds remaining.
Wrong thing.
Course failed. Try again, Ranger.
Darn. Well, we know what we're doing here. ETC gun is that. WTF gun is that. We did find a Pierce upgrade, which has, well, charge bullets and functions roughly as a single large bullet. That's the one that we have to use against armored enemies, since it does have a piercing ability.
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Oh, wrong one. And throw this one in here.
30 seconds remaining. Seconds remaining.
Doing a lot better this time.
Five seconds remaining.
Oh. There we go.
Guessing this isn't usually part of the course.
Ooh, that is not what the building should be doing.
Need to hit it harder to break that shield.
So, something big, presumably. Ah, we got it. Never mind. What is... Oh, it's the safe! So we should get a barrier ability now, right? A TK barrier of sorts. Okay. So it only protects from the front, it looks like. And that is not where we're supposed to go. Looks like it stays up and doesn't necessarily drain a meter over time. We do have to drop it eventually, though. Bit hard to see past. Run it by one more time. So far, so good. Alright, now what? Guess they're not gonna hit me from this angle. Course complete. Nice! And we got plenty of ability points. Also a good time to test out our new bullets. Right after reading real quick. Holiday Memories Tree. Item must be contained within a soundproof cell. A Holiday Memories brand white plastic tree with green plastic stand. Item repeats words and phrases spoken within a range of feet, always in a tone below a certain number of hertz. This verbal mimicry has profoundly distressing effects on the individual it is copying. An item taken from the a Canadian research station established on Ross Island in Antarctica, where it was used to celebrate the holiday season. In 1979, solar radiation damaged the radio, severing the base's only mean of communication with the world. After the frozen passages opened, a military expedition visited the base to re-establish contact. They found the base's occupants in various states of madness, rambling about voices in the tree. Military personnel discovered they also heard the tree speaking. After locking the item in a supply crate, they brought it back to the mainland, at which point the Bureau intervened. Wonder if that one's even relevant. Now that is what I'd like to see. And through the shield. Guess that'll be better than the regular pistol for a long time. Of course, I can't afford to miss. Like that. Seems like it might kill them even if it just hits them with the body shot. That is one powerful bullet. Now where are we going? Ah, that area off of the control room over there. Get a little bit closer. Marvelously done. Let's invest those ability points, shall we? Or is this not the... This is not the side with the control point. Other side. I think that was the two birds, one stone kind of deal there. Ooh, you missed. Twice. So, our ammo can recharge while our TK is being used. And our TK can recharge while our ammo is being used. Alternating should let us keep up a good fight as long as we need. Demonstration complete. Now we'll be able to check out those abilities. Oh, inventory full? Of course. Guess we'll start disassembling some of them. Now's our time to do it. a lot of ability points. That I definitely want. That sounds really fun. Let's buff up that shield. Nice! We'll be able to use it both offensively and defensively. Now into the crafting menu. Seems we need items that we do not have. We can construct that, though. I assume that's our automatic weapon. I'm a bit less concerned about that one. We'll have to start disassembling things now, won't we? Just get rid of everything level 1 and so on. At least that's quick. And same here. Oh, whoops. That was a level 2. I think that was a copy of one of the other ones we already had, though. Damage while aiming, and projectile spread. Would be interesting to have a good panic weapon. We'll save that for another time after we unlock more slots to use. Let's head our way over there to the right. We will need the access corridor, it looks like. Alright, fine, I guess that's a change of direction. That's where we started. Or possibly from the control room. It looks like that is it. We're needing to get into the mines, which we can access from the control room. Remember your second personal mod slot. I did unlock that. Thank you. We'll buff that up so that we can start yeeting things a lot more often. Let's get into that control room. How long's this game anyway, by the way? Hope I'm not playing this until 2022. Not that I'd mind. This one's really fun. One of the more interesting games I've played so far. Everything's all good back home. And so, we step into a new area, full of a lot of rocks. And supposedly the average time to beat Control is 10 to 15 hours. Alright. Oh, that's what it was. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. Interesting. No easy way into the quarry from here, is there? And still, no. Alright, I thought that's where we're supposed to be going. Maybe not through the shortcut. Do we go all the way back to the access corridor, then? Guessing that's the case. Ah, change positions. Loosen up a little bit. Supposed to be near where you got the shield. Right back up there in the access corridor, indeed. We do not have an easy way to warp there. Not that we need to travel very far. Put that new TK to use. Now we can throw 3 times. And not a scratch on me. Easy. Too easy. Ah, there we go. Back here again this time, huh? I'm guessing now we actually have a bridge to the other side. Of course, it's never that easy. Off the other side of the access corridor, then. Huh. Sure, go ahead and hide from me. Going to bed soon. I'm actually thinking once we get into that area, I'll start. Or I'll start winding it down. Oh boy. Just to make sure no one follows. Wrong one. Ah, we do need the other one. So that other slot was just for holding it. Interesting little generators. That is a huge copper wire around there in the middle. Oh boy, here we go again. Catalyst light switch. The law of 3 applies. And a 1. And a 2. And a 3. Oh great, here we go again.
I don't know, the lights are on. They should be open. We're looking to get a room for the night. Hello? I don't think anyone's there, honey. Come on, we'll go to that motel we passed a while back.
Huh. Another one of these little guys. No secrets this time. The painting crooked. Set everything back to where it was before, right? Things have changed. Ooh, now they're both open. We're looking for another key, I imagine. Then we get back in here. Ah, it's a memory puzzle, I assume. Chair out, radio right side. Okay, so the chair stays out. That's the same, that's the same. Check that. Plant on the left, books on the right. And I heard something open. Weird UV lights there. Oh boy. And a 1. And a 2. And a 3. The bridge is finally open. Third time we've come back to it now. Oh. Not one of my better ideas. But hey, look, we have health. Spooky. One of those was that Firewatch bridge or whatever it was.
Okay, we need to find a way to Blackrock processing. That's where Marshall said we'd find a prism.
Can't get in there. Nothing in here. Anything in the other one? Nope. Oh boy. Gunshots. Hey. Oh, we got him. Nice shot. You idiots can't shoot him when he's right in front of you. Really? Oh, that's right. We have ourselves a new ability this time. Of course it has a timer. I wanted to have a poetic ending to this stream. Excuse you. Guy doesn't appreciate the fine arts. Leviathan, you know, this is one of few games where the internal monologue doesn't seem super weird, since Jesse's actually talking to Polaris. Find it especially interesting since he seems to actually hear a voice that we don't. That's definitely one of the interesting parts about it. I was confused for the longest time until she explained the whole Polaris thing. Up there, you said? Hold on, I'd like to just talk to him. Ah, the other side here.
I'm glad to see you're still you.
Likewise, Mr. I Can't Talk to Women.
Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people seem familiar with death.
The hiss are everywhere. Most of the Bureau is lost. We need Blackrock Prism to make more HRAs for any survivors in the safe rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Blackrock lab.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction.
Par for the course.
The FBC. But Darling's lab is just past Blackrock processing. I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a hiss monster has decided to move in, so that's great.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. We are just treading water here, and the hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and, well, no one's seen him since. But hey, at least we got you, our fearless leader.
They shouldn't rely on me.
The fearlessness.
They don't know me. They don't know how I've failed people.
Ouch.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base in Executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, Faden.
Yep.
And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
Or several, knowing how the bosses tend to be a lot more durable than that. But we'll save that one for next time. Well, Control's definitely super fun so far. I am looking forward to the next few playthroughs. There is no stream tomorrow. Thursday I'm going to be taking off. And then Friday is our next stream for trying to see how much further we can get on Halo CE on Legendary. Hopefully we only have 2 or 3 more streams, but that one is about, I'd say, halfway through. We have some of the more rough levels to be getting through first, so we'll see how that one goes. I really would like to get out of here quickly, so everyone say your goodbyes, and I need me some chili cheese fries. Place closes in an hour. I gotta get out of here. Class is dismissed. Good night, everyone. Chili cheese fries.